Am I wrong for no longer bringing dinner for my wife after she claimed I never cook? I work at a nice restaurant as a cook, and every day when I get off from work, I always cook dinner for my wife and our 2 kids, 8 male and 6 female, at the restaurant before coming home. The only time I don't cook for them are on the weekends when I'm off, and that's when my wife does the cooking. We usually trade off who makes breakfast and lunch for the kids every other day, but for the week, I'm always the one bringing home dinner. Weekends, we sometimes get together with friends and they come over to the house. My wife usually cooks and I set the table and clean afterwards. One of her friends, Stacy, asked how come I never do any of the cooking and is it always on my wife all the time making meals for the kids, especially when I'm a cook myself. Instead of correcting her, she sort of laughed and went along with making jokes about, you know how it is. And Stacy laughed because her ex-husband was the same way. And then sort of ripped on me in a joking way how I better buck up before I become an ex too. My wife just said, well, let's see if he actually listens and starts cooking for once, joking about all the time I spend in the kitchen at work but won't do the same at home. It really pissed me off. I'm not the husband that just doesn't do anything after I'm home from work. I cook food for her and the kids at work, and on top of that, I make separate dishes for each of them. What she wants and what the kids want. All that after standing on my feet all day. We talked about it once they left because I don't appreciate being told I'm not doing something she knows for a fact I do. She didn't want to apologize for it because it was all just to be a funny joke. Even after telling her about how it hurt my feelings being put down like that. My wife said she felt like she had to go along with the joke so there wouldn't be any awkward vibes. But I said fine, if she can't apologize for something that was mean, just so she could laugh along with her friends, then I won't keep doing something she already claims I don't do. She's mad that I'm refusing to feed her over what happened instead of letting it go, but I can't help but feel mad about being made fun of like that when I'm busting my ass to provide for my family and still making sure they have food on the table every evening. She just thinks I'm an asshole for how I'm reacting when she's already tired at the end of the day, but still having to make food for herself. So, am I the asshole? Am I wrong for calling my sister's husband useless? My 17 female, sister 34 female called me saying that her work had an emergency and she needed to get there ASAP and needed me to watch her kids because no one else can. I rushed over there just to find her husband locked in his game room playing video games. I asked her why she called me over if he was home and she said he didn't want to babysit because it was his only day off. Sister left and I started hanging with the kids. I was changing the baby's diaper and the other kids wanted a snack. I told them to ask their dad to make it for them because the baby had a blowout and it was going to take me a while to clean him up. Well, their dad sent them back upstairs and told them to ask me again. After cleaning the baby up, I made the kids a snack and their dad came out to eat and told me not to let the kids interrupt him on his day off. By the way, he works part-time from home 6 days a week. I kind of snapped at him and told him it was my day off too and that he's a useless fucking father and husband if his wife has to rely on her teenage sister rather than her own husband. He started telling me I was disrespectful and didn't understand how hard parenting is. And I told him he clearly doesn't understand how hard it is either since he considers parenting his own children babysitting. He ended up kicking me out and apparently my sister was forced to come home because he told her she needed to figure it out since I'm her sister. I feel like I may have been the asshole because my sister is mad at me, her husband is mad at me, my mom is mad at me for causing drama, but my dad thinks it's funny and agrees with me. I definitely didn't need to call him names, but I just hate this guy so much. We have argued about things in the past as well, so we already don't have a great relationship. My sister is saying I need to apologize to him and he is threatening to never let me in the kids' lives if I keep disrespecting him. So, am I the asshole here? For everyone that has asked, no, he does not take care of the kids normally. My sister takes them to daycare during the day and then picks them up on her way home. She is the breadwinner and primary caretaker. Also, I got a few questions of, does she pay you? Not exactly, but she will randomly take me on expensive shopping sprees and will regularly buy things from my Amazon wishlist instead.
I'm 43 and have a 22-year-old daughter. All my daughter's life, she struggled with mental health issues. She has ADHD, bipolar, and borderline personality disorder. If I'm being honest, I never really understood a lot of my daughter's disorders. I've always approached mental illness as something you just bury deep down. And as a single mother, I've tried to do my best, but I know that I'm not perfect. Well, recently, my daughter asked if I go to one of her therapy sessions with her, and I only agreed to it because she seemed super excited about it. When we got there, her therapist first asked me how I was raised to think about mental health. I said I wasn't raised to think about mental health at all. She then said that she guessed that. It seemed kind of snarky, but I ignored it. She then asked about my family's history with addiction and mental issues. I denied any, and then she started to list all the things that my daughter told her and asked if they were a lie. They weren't a lie, but I never saw any of these things as big issues. She then began to explain to me BPD is a trauma response. She explained it can be caused by many things, but by me invalidating her emotions so much like I was invalidating my own had a part to play in it. She then tried to tell me ways that I can cope with my own trauma so that I can help my daughter cope with hers. After listening to her spew absolute garbage for 30 minutes, I finally got up and told her that she was a fucking quack and didn't know anything that she was talking about. I just stormed out and left. My daughter called me crying an hour later and I told her that she needed to get an actual therapist instead of that bitch. I wasn't upset with my daughter, but I did feel like she kind of threw me to the wolves. After cooling down though, I think maybe I could have handled that wrong, but I'm not sure. Am I the asshole for snapping at my daughter's therapist when she tried to blame my daughter's trauma on me? I'm 25 and my husband 42 have 3 children, a 2-year-old son and a set of twin girls who are 3 months old. We live just down the road from my parents. I have 4 older siblings that all went to college, but I didn't. I'm the only one with kids. All of my family got together for Christmas last year. Whenever I try to engage in a conversation with my family, they seem to just ignore me. My relatives would hold our babies but not talk to me much beyond that. I was so alone. I was late in my first pregnancy when we got married. A few of my siblings had gotten married before I did, and they all had very nice weddings with lots of guests. No one had any interest in coming to mine. We trashed the idea of a wedding and got married at the courthouse. I couldn't even get all of my siblings to attend the little ceremony. We couldn't go on a honeymoon at the time, so I was even more miserable. Recently, my sister told me that our family thinks that I'm just a dumb bimbo with no goals in life, so I have babies instead. She says that's why no one values my input or opinion. They think I'm stupid for having children young. My children were not planned. They also think that I'm stupid for being with a man older than me, but he's my one true love. They don't want me to have any influence over large family decisions because they think that I'm dumb. They ignore me and don't make time for me. How do I get them to take me seriously?
Just know mother-in-law announced she'll be coming over at 2, but I have a stripper pole in my living room. LOL. I'm currently at work until 2:30 and my boyfriend is home. His mother texted him that she and father-in-law will pass by at 2 and bring lunch. Boyfriend immediately texted me, all caps, "Babe, the stripper pole." So I'm at work laughing, imagining the absolute horror in their faces when they walk in and the first thing they see is my shiny, beautiful stripper pole. Did I mention that they are very Christian? So I texted back, "Fuck it. It's our house. They'll have to live with it. I will definitely update. LOL."
Wow. Yes. Fireworks.
Do we have an update or no?
Oh, yeah, we got a couple. Oh my God. I'm in my bedroom typing this right now. I got home and I opened the door. "Tell me right now boyfriend is lying." Me. "What?" Mother-in-law. "He said that he wants to be a stripper."
Yes. Yes.
My boyfriend can't contain himself and just turns red and dies of laughter. And I'm standing in my doorway, wide-eyed, confused as fuck. I just say, he's lying. I'm gonna go change." Well, anyways, I can hear her asking him why we have it, and I can hear him still laughing. LOL.
Oh.
Update. I exit my room. Mother-in-law and father-in-law are just staring at my pole. First thing out of her mouth, quote, "If you're tight on money, we can help you. You don't need to do this. It's disgusting. And boyfriend shouldn't be allowing it." Me, "I'm not a stripper. We're good on money. It's good exercise." Father-in-law, "Then go for a run. That's a stupid exercise. There's so many other things you can do." Boyfriend, "Have you ever seen pole dancing competitions? It's not stripping, I swear. It's super cool." Boyfriend proceeds to go on YouTube and pulls up a video. Silence. Father-in-law, "Whoa!" turns to me. "Can you do that?"
Yeah, exactly.
Last update. Okay, this went a full 180 and honestly, we had a lot of fun. I did a few tricks and mother-in-law was shrieking in delight. She was so impressed. Then father-in-law, ... Quote, "I can do that."
Oh, yes.
Cue father-in-law trying to pole dance and killing it, I may add.
Wow.
That shit's fucking hard, too.
So hard. Mother-in-law was looking at him like he was a snack. It was so funny. Boyfriend and father-in-law even got into a little competition on who could do the best tricks. Finally, they got ready to leave and they told us that they had a great time. I still don't trust them, but they were completely different people from the past, and we both got the feeling that they're really trying.
Oh, nice.
We're staying hopeful and cautious.
I love it. I love the way the boyfriend played it.
Am I the asshole for getting mad at my girlfriend because her period ruins our bed sheets? My girlfriend has PCOS, which from my understanding can mean she gets irregular periods, and when she gets them, they can be very heavy. She also forgets her birth control frequently, which makes her more prone to getting periods. Well, her most recent period has been going on for 3 weeks with no signs of stopping. She's non-binary and uses she, her pronouns, and having her period is something she really dislikes. When she gets her period, she always bleeds through her pad and onto her bed sheets. I've tried to be patient, but this has been going on for 5 years and it's not gotten better. And she never tries to clean it up. Am I the asshole for getting mad at my girlfriend because her period ruins our bed sheets? Out of the two of us, I'm the one who cleans, so I don't always have the time or energy to clean the sheets when period gets on them. I do my best to get the stains out, but once they're set in for a few days, there's no getting them out from my experience. When I went in bed today, I noticed a huge blood stain that had gotten over to my side of the bed. I had a bad day at work, and because of that, I snapped at her. I said I didn't want to sleep on bloody sheets and telling her to wash the sheets or change them. She cried and says that's a part of having a body that has periods and that she has no control of where the blood goes. Also that I wouldn't understand because I'm a trans woman.